3, 2, 1.
Hello, and welcome everyone to Why the Drama. This is our newest edition in the new year. We're super excited for this very special script for you tonight. We're really proud to have this in the program, and we're really grateful for the people who are joining us, both actors and special guests. So let us begin with introducing our series, what this is about. Why the Drama is a film where FilmGate reimagines actors, writers, and industry members as a meetup. The mission is to craft, critique, and expand works and performances coming to South Florida. We invite special guests that are from around the world of cinema to give feedback and look to enhance the work of our creators. That is the main mission of why we do this. It is a bi-weekly event featuring read-through, cold read, as I said, of screenplays, and we welcome industry professionals to witness the talent that Miami has to offer, because there's quite a lot and growing. This is a membership exclusive, so to be part of FilmGate, please visit filmgate.miami and click on memberships or email info@film-gate.org. Remember, film-gate.org. Anyway, on this occasion, we have a very special guest with a unique script. He's a rising talent, Marcos Ortega Morales. Give it up. Isolated is an artistic and physiological story with a very specific layer. I would like to invite everyone to please give a round of applause again to Marcos. I think you're in the 8th or 9th grade. Is that right?
Yeah, 8th grade.
So hats off to you for putting this out there. A lot of people would be thinking twice or not sure or whatever. So we think it's really amazing that you have put this forth with us and that we can work with it. And yeah, I definitely was not writing scripts. I think I was like still picking my nose at that age. So everyone, we will carry on with this show, and we will have 2 special guests. Allow me to introduce first the always talented Angelica Burland. Angelica is a Brazilian-American filmmaker, model, yes, wave to us, you know who you are, model and photographer. She was born in Miami and spent 2 years in Sao Paulo, Brazil, and completed an international baccalaureate diploma program in Miami at Gulliver Prep. Give it up for Gulliver Prep. She received her BFA in film production at Emerson College in Boston, Massachusetts. After graduating, she moved to LA, where she pursued cinematography, specializing in filming music videos and artists on tour, including Hippie Sabotage, Zolita, and the music festival Rolling Loud. We all love Rolling Loud here in Miami. Currently, she lives here in Miami, freelancing as a cinematographer and breathwork meditation instructor. I may book you later for like my own thing. And she has started 2 businesses, Miami Film Network and Coastal Meditation. One of her shorts was actually in our last November edition of the FilmGate Festival Unstuck. Thank you for being with us tonight. And our next guest, she's one of our fellows, a favorite here at FilmGate's house, Brittany Ray Carrera. She is an actress, filmmaker, writer, comedian from Miami, 305 Till I Die. Her works include Kin, which was her directorial debut, Proximity, which was selected as her voice category at the Mammoth Film Festival and being well received by various outlets. In 2019, so it's hard to believe that like we're in 2021. So 2019 still feels for me like it was yesterday, but it's not. It's actually a while ago. She worked with the creators of one of my favorite shows, Rick and Morty, as well as wrote multiple music videos for top music artists such as Noah Cyrus, Chief Keef, Ski Mask, the Slum God, and has been a part of the TBS network and going viral on YouTube. So if you've seen her before, there might be a reason why. And she's also pitched ideas to NBC Studios and is currently pitching an episodic series to multiple networks. So watch out. Our story will be played by, I'm moving on to who's playing the script, FYI, to all you people out there. So one of our favorite actors, un amor, as we say, a FilmGate vet, played by Peter Mello. Our next actor, yeah, say hi. Our next actor is also a member and has been in various Why the Dramas before and will soon be doing an acting class for young actors starting March 11th. Tickets can be found on FilmGate's Eventbrite. She will be playing the therapist, Idanes Infante. And you look like a therapist tonight, so I'm really like digging the look. Anyway, now without further ado, Isolated.
Fade in. Close up, man's eyes. Tracking. The man gets up from the ground. He looks around. He's in an alleyway. A plastic bag is carried around by the wind. He's confused as to what's going on. He runs out of the alley to find an empty street. Trash is lying there and no sound is to be heard. A confused man starts running back and down the street trying to find anyone. He runs off into the distance. Interior-exterior house, day. The man walks up to the steps into his house. He rings the doorbell to check if anyone is there. He looks through the windows, yet finds no one. He then opens the door and steps inside. The man looks around the house. It's empty. He turns and looks at a door at the end of the hallway. He then walks the opposite way. He looks at some framed photos. He picks one up, admiring it. We see the man with a woman and 2 kids, his family. He puts the frame in his coat. He continues walking throughout his house. Quick montage. He investigates the couch, living room, bathroom, and kitchen. We cut to the man sitting on the floor, leaning on the couch, looking distressed. He holds the frame in his hands. He seems to be confused. He starts tripping out, his face twitching. He's going mad. The solitary ambiance is getting to him. He runs out of the house. Cut wide shot of the house. The man runs out as fast as possible. He trips and almost falls on the stairs on the way out. Exterior street, day. Tracking. We then cut quick to the man back at the street where he was before. He turns slowly to look at buildings surrounding him. The buildings appear to be bigger than they really are, towering over him. With no destination, he just starts walking. Front-facing tracking. The man walks calmly. He's trying to collect his thoughts. As he's walking, something catches his eye. A bakery. Interior bakery, day. As the man walks through the door, a little bell rings. The store is empty. The man takes a look at the menu and contemplates what to get. He decides on getting a croissant. He goes around the counter, grabs the croissant, makes his way to the door, and stops. He takes a look at the counter, and then he goes back and leaves a $5 bill. Exterior-interior movie theater, day. The man goes to the box office booth. He sees 5 posters of new films. A drama about social disconnection, a family comedy, a franchise comic book film, a character study, and a horror thriller. The man settles on the drama. Inside the theater, everything looks old and dated. The man walks over to the snack machine. He hits a button to see if it works. Nothing. He hits it again. It works. He gets water and some popcorn and leaves a tip on the way to the film. The man sitting is very involved into the film, chewing on his popcorn, sipping his drink. Some time passes and the man falls asleep. Some much-needed rest. Exterior street, day. The man is back where he started, the same street. He takes a look around. He has a puzzled look on his face. Upon investigating, he sees something in the distance. A light. As the light gets closer, the man's breathing gets louder. As the man looks closer, he notices a truck. The truck is coming towards him as fast as hell and no intention of stopping. Maybe there's someone on the earth. Close up man's hand and coat. As the truck rapidly gets closer and closer, the man pulls out the photo of his family. He holds it close to him. He closes his eyes. Crash. Interior office, day. Fade in. Close up of the man's face. Zoom out slowly to reveal the surroundings. The man is lying down on a red couch. He's talking to his therapist who's sitting down, supposedly taking notes. The room has many diplomas and awards are displayed.
You know, I always feel that way. Whether it's a dream or real life, that feeling is always present. At home, at work. Hell, even a small interaction with a stranger never stops. Not only is it just horrible, it's getting pretty damn annoying at this point. Everyone's so focused on their devices or their work, no one speaks to each other anymore. Everyone only talks to each other because they want something. It isn't healthy, it's toxic. And yet no one cares. They continue to do it. It's honestly so terrible. It makes me feel so alone, you know? Just can't stand it. At times, but everyone, even my family, is using it 24/7.
You know, I always feel that way.
Even at the damn table.
Whether it's in a dream or in real life. That feeling is always present. At home, at work, hell, even a small interaction with a stranger. It never stops. Not only is it horrible, it's getting pretty damn annoying at this point. Everyone's so focused on their devices or their work, no one speaks to each other anymore. Everyone only talks to each other because they want something. It isn't healthy, it's toxic. And yet no one cares. They continue doing it. It's honestly so terrible. It makes me feel so alone, you know? I just can't stand it. I use my device for small things, maybe to entertain myself at times, but everyone, even my family, is using it 24/7, even at a damn dinner table. No one's normal nowadays. Everyone is so shut off from each other that they don't even remember their hair color, much less their face. I just feel so alone all the time. I want to stop being alone all the time. That's it. As the man finishes, he turns to see her. The therapist is on her phone. She's texting someone. She has been this entire time. She hasn't listened to the thing the man said.
Yeah, I do get it. Now, if you were to describe in one word how you're feeling and see the rest of the world, what would it be?
The man takes a second to think about it. One word?
One word.
We cut to a chaotic world. Everyone is on their devices. No one is talking to each other. The only noise heard is the gripping sound of cars, trains, and trucks. Everyone is shut off from each other in a world ruled by devices. So in reality, there's truly no one on Earth because everyone is alone, living in a world of isolation.
Round of applause.
Did I cut out or something? Did my audio cut out?
Wonderful, wonderful. Alrighty. So, Brittany, Angelica, Marcos, please unmute yourself as well. Heck of a draft. We'll leave the floors to our special guest.
Should I go? Wait, Alexa. I'm looking at Alexa like, should I go?
My mute. I'm so sorry. Dorothea. I like said it. I was like, please unmute yourselves. Dorothea, thank you so much. I didn't get to say your name earlier, but you did such a fabulous job. I think I might be out of a job soon. I don't know.
I'm sorry. I feel bad. I saw him talking and I was like, oh my God. I don't think I can't hear him. No one else can hear him.
I couldn't hear me
Oh
either.
man.
Oh.
Anyway, here we are. So
You guys
the
hear me now?
most important. Yes.
I had my mic
I-
unmuted. I don't know why it wasn't. That's odd.
I heard you, Peter.
Oh, okay.
Maybe it was just like a
Yeah.
technical thing for some people, but I heard you.
Okay.
Awesome.
All right.
Awesome. And
Yeah, we heard you on
thank you.
Angelica.
I had a trouble time hearing it all. I came back now. Did you ask me a question? All I heard was Angelica.
Guillermo?
Yeah. But did you hear during the presentation, Angelica?
I don't know what's happening.
Yeah, I think
There's,
she's loud.
there's a little
But-
bit of, yeah.
We could continue with you, Brittany, while Angelica reloading.
Yeah, for sure. Well, sorry if it's a little loud on my end, but Marcos, you're amazing. I can't believe you're in 8th grade. That's so insane to me. And you have such an amazing understanding of film, and I just think that's so cool. So I have some notes that I wrote down. I felt like isolation was a very. Can you hear me? Okay. Yeah,
I can hear you.
They just decided to vacuum the hallway right now when it's my turn to talk. I don't know. Okay, so I felt that isolation was a very creative way to express what you're trying to say. It was very cool as a viewer. I'm thinking high stakes in the beginning, like I Am Legend, zombie apocalypse, like maybe COVID-19 wipes the whole world out and this guy's the only survivor or something like that. I'm just like, what is this film about? And then as we read or watch this, we're looking for hints about what's happened in this world and trying to figure it out. And then you abruptly stop our thought process by bringing us to a therapist's office in color and him saying, I feel like that all the time. And I felt like that was awesome. That's super fun. And I liked that a lot, that roller coaster you took us on. That was very, very cool. I felt like, that being said, I felt like this film, that therapist part could be even stronger by doing even less with the therapy scene. Obviously, anything that I say to you, you can take this advice or whatever you want. You're the filmmaker. But I felt like with the monologue, I feel like less is more, and actors might not like what I'm about to say, but like basically, I felt like what you did with the dialogue in this scene, with the whole monologue, I felt that it was very realistic. Anyone that's at a therapist's office is going to go on a rant, on a tangent about what they're dealing with and stuff like that, repeating themselves and stuff like that. That was very realistic. But I felt like as a film, you showed us in the beginning of the film how much you understand the concept of show don't tell. You showed us even when the character goes to the theater and he sees all the options of films, and one of them is about social disconnection. And even that little Easter egg shows me that you understand the concept of just like, we don't need this person to explain to us what this film is about. We see it. You're showing it to us in many different ways, and it's very creative and awesome. But I feel like with a lot of, I think what I see a lot of filmmakers do is over-explain things in dialogue. And it's even stronger and so cool when you see the characters say so much less, but we understand it. We understand everything he's trying to say. But even just cutting back to him in the office, just him saying, I feel like that all the time. Even if he just said that sentence and it cuts to the therapist and she's on her phone and he's just looking at her on her phone, we know exactly, like at least I, as a viewer, would know exactly what this film is about. And I think that's strong. I think that's a Sundance film. Like, if it's a minute per page, 4 to 5 minutes, I think that's genius. If instead of just like us watching this guy like try to explain something that we all know, we all live in 2021, we all know that we're involved, we're overly involved with our phones and technology, and we all experience this and understand this concept. It's kind of like you don't have to just you know, I know that you know this because of the way that you use production design to show what this film is about. It's like if I'm watching a movie that's based in the 60s, you don't have someone going, oh, this year's 1965. It's like you see a car pass by or you see in their wardrobe that it's the 60s. And I know that you understand that, which is so cool, because a lot of filmmakers way older than you don't understand that sometimes. And I think that that's very special, and I'm into that. And let me see what else I think I had. I even think, I wrote here, and her like cutting to her and then her cutting back with her question, what's the word? And he says one word. And then we see the montage that you wrote about all the people on their phones, and then title card isolation, or even just, I also feel like the word alone is even stronger than isolation, because that's just my opinion, but I feel like that's such a simple, strong word, and so many people could resonate in so many different ways. But I think you made a really, really cool project, and I'm honestly just amazed that you're in 8th grade. So thanks for letting me read it.
Thank you for the feedback. I really appreciate it. About what I wanted to say is that, what exactly do you think I should cut down in the whole ending monologue? Because I don't want to cut down to just too little, but I do agree that maybe it's a little bit too much exposition. So where do you think I should cut it down?
I think if you still want him to be ranting, there's some fluff that he repeats himself a couple different times. I mean, after this, I could kind of send you a more detailed notes next to that dialogue if you want. I can get your email and send it to you. But yeah, I just feel like it would just hit harder if he just said so much less than that, and just very strong, to the point sentences. I feel like that all the time.
Right.
Instead of explaining the dinner table thing, because I feel like the dinner table thing is such a concept that everyone deals with. I mean, we just know already. He doesn't have to tell us that people use the phones at the dinner table, because we know, because we live in the same world as him. So if I go to a restaurant, I look next to me, the kids have iPads, everyone is on their phones all the time. So I feel like that's kind of just fluff in a way, versus what I need to know about this person.
All right. Got it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Brittany. I know Angelica came back. Do you want to give us your feedback and give us your notes?
Yes. Can you guys hear me okay? Okay, great. I also wanted to say how shocked I am that you're just in 8th grade. That's incredible, and that you're able to write scripts like that as well. I had a question before I give you some feedback. Was this based off of a personal, do you have these dreams yourself?
Not necessarily. I am more of I wouldn't consider myself an introvert, but on my own, I'm more introverted than extroverted. So it's it's not necessarily like devices and phones take all the blame, but really it's the only way I thought I could channel it so that everyone could understand, because I have a really hard time describing myself. So more or less it's based off of personal experience, but not exactly.
Okay, great. Yeah, I feel like I can relate to that too. And I'm more introverted than extroverted, and I have a hard time putting my thoughts and feelings into words. So that's why I'm a filmmaker, I feel, and I do it through visual. So I feel like a great, and going off of what Brittany was saying, I think less is more. Like with the dialogue, I feel like you can show a lot more of like that passion of like how you feel more visually than in that monologue. But I really do resonate with your script, because I felt like kind of an outsider too, like that. You kind of notice, you feel like an outsider. You're kind of doing it too, like you're also on your phone too, but you just feel like almost like a narrator, and you're like, hey, this is happening, and no one really cares that it's happening. So I feel like I can relate to you with that. So I think it's really great that you found an outlet to put that into a script. So props to you for doing that. What else? One question I had was, you didn't specify in the script if like the theater was empty. I'm pretty sure it was, or were there people surrounding that? That was just something that I think the script needed some clarification on.
All right, so you want a clarification on whether the theater was empty or not? You want in the script?
Yeah. And was it empty, or were there people? I know out in the streets, you're surrounded by people, but I think in the theater.
It's the same. It was empty. Yeah.
Okay.
But I'll clarify that.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome.
Thank you.
Great. Yeah, you're welcome. And yeah, I would love to see more of like this toxicity of this toxic behavior in the dream, and instead of like the monologue with a therapist. But other than that, I think you did an amazing job, and very impressed.
Thank you so much, Angelica. Dorothea, as our narrator, do you have any questions, or do you want to give any feedback? You also saved us halfway through, so
I couldn't
how
hear
was
him,
that?
so I didn't know if anyone could hear him. So I just kind of jumped in. Um, but I really like this script. I love the fact that it was a lot of different scenes and kind of portraying a story without having much dialogue.
I'm sorry, I can't really hear you. I don't know
I
if
can't
it's
hear
my
either.
connection, but
Oh,
yeah.
can you hear me now? Now?
I still can't hear you.
The stream could hear you, Dorothea, but I think that right now, are you in your computer?
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you on
Yeah.
the app or on the browser?
The browser.
Switch from one to the other, and we'll move on with another question as we go. And
I think I'm interested to hear while we do that little switchback. I know someone is really in love with this script, and I would love to hear a little bit more as to what he thinks about it. Peter, that would be you.
Can everyone hear me now? All right, so I couldn't believe that it was what are you, like 14 right now, Marcos?
13.
13? A 13-year-old. My son found out that you were 13, so that's great, man. I really commend you for that. It's really good work. For your age, it's great work. It's probably better than what I would do if I attempted to write. So Brittany said something that is true. Well, everything she said is true, but there's one thing that is known. Actors want more lines. That's why she said a lot of actors won't like it, right? What she was going to say. But I have to agree wholeheartedly because especially like in this is a drama, right? So especially in a drama, the less you say and the more you show, the stronger the impact. So I absolutely agree with that. A little less on that monologue, and you'll make it a lot stronger. And if you're looking for an actor, I'm right here, man.
Yeah, definitely.
See, it's already like going. You know what I mean? Like it's already happening. It's just right there for you. Which thank you for saying that, Peter. And back to Dorothea. Now that we got you rearranged.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, good. I agree pretty much with what Peter just said. I think that there's
Yeah, I don't know if it's a problem on my end. I still can't hear you, and the video's also off too. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I don't think any of us can hear her right now.
That's weird because I can hear her.
I can. I'm
Yeah.
I'm
And I have no problem
Yeah.
repeating what you say
okay.
if you need me to, because I can hear you.
Yeah, that works. Okay. I'll just make it quick.
Who's your internet carrier,
Price?
Brittany?
Well,
Because I think that might be what the issue is.
yeah, maybe. Let me see if I'm connected to Wi-Fi. I am, yeah. Anyways, if you want to just say this to him on my behalf, I thought it was great. There's a lot of power in not as many words, like everyone is kind of saying, and I echo that as well. I think
Yeah, I still can't hear anything.
you can just tell him that I really enjoyed the fact that there were less dialogue, more like scenes, power in that.
So Dorothea is, she was just saying that she felt there was a lot of power with how you wrote more scenes, less dialogue, and that she really loved the script and you're awesome, and that she's down to kick it sometime if you ever want. I'm just kidding. She didn't say that.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Brittany. If you weren't the if we weren't playing telephone, I would have had to step in and play telephone. Ivanis, can you tell us a little bit about, I know you had a very short piece, but I have worked with you before. I'm curious to hear your thoughts.
No, I enjoy it. I did. What could I say? You give me hopes in life, in the universe, like knowing that there's someone that can realize about socialization and how the world is going, and getting this great weight of expression is just give me hope. What I can tell you, it's like dream big. You do have a lot of power in your hands. You know how to express, and not everyone know how to do it. And you have really good images and really good ideas. That's good for you at this point. Really, I enjoy it reading it, and I could see every step while Dorothea was reading it. So that's like magic. You can, in one read, make everyone imagine this whole world. It's amazing. So congratulations for you. I'm really happy to meet you. I feel like honor. Like one day you're gonna be up to the star. Good job.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Can you guys hear me? Edanis, what she said reminded, she brought up something very, very true, which is that she's saying that you give her hope for humanity if you're a 13-year-old making this film about anti-social media, anti-phones and technology. And I think that that's actually so interesting because you actually have a point of view that none of us have right now. You grew up with this. And coming from that point of view, for your generation, that would be really interesting to see you harp on that. Even just like, yeah, what is it like to grow up? Like, we don't know what it's like to grow up with all of this stuff that you have and all these apps and all that. Like, so yeah, that would be really, that's actually something that would be really interesting to see you push in maybe other projects and stuff like that. Like, what's your point of view, or what are your thoughts, or how do you really feel as a 13-year-old in this world and with your experiences with all that?
Yeah, it took a lot of thought, because I'm the person who doesn't necessarily advocate against like technology and everything, because I rely a lot on my computer, my phone, to create whatever I want to create. But I was just thinking, like, if like it is true that we do have a problem with over relying on stuff that we could easily do ourselves. You know, we tend to like postpone social interaction and just the normal things in life, because of our devices. So yeah, that's just something I just wanted to get across. But I just want to clarify that I'm not completely against it all, because technology really is a miracle. So yeah.
And that I just wanted to say, there's not the need to be against to it. It's technology, it's everything at this point. Like, thanks to it, we are here right now, able to do this in the whole pandemic situation. It's just knowing that there is an issue and wanted to express that out and feel the necessity of bring a change. If you know how to use technology the right way, this will be an amazing world. But sometimes it gets lost in the middle of the way. So no, being against it, it's awesome. I love technology. I'm really bad with it, but I love it. Just getting to know how it's the right way to use it. I feel that's what you're trying to transmit with this. It's like, it's gonna be there anyways. It's like the whole pandemic scene. It's gonna be there anyways. It's just knowing how to go into it the right way.
Yeah, exactly.
Just amazing to hear you speak at this point in your life. It's an absolute breath of fresh air hearing someone as young as you are speaking the way you do, and explaining your points the way you are. And again, man, if you're writing like this at this point, you're definitely gonna go very far, as these other ladies said. So yeah, stay at it, man.
Thank you.
I have a question. I have a nice question, I think. I don't think anyone's asked this question before, but let's say that you get this shot and produced. Where do you want to show it? Where is it going? Is this showing at school on like every screen? Is this at Tribeca Film Festival? Is this at Con? Where do you envision this going?
My ideal like place would definitely be a film festival, because just a film festival where you get exposed. Like, I feel like it's cool, but it's kind of lazy to put it like on YouTube or something like that, because it won't nearly get as much reach. So yeah, a film festival.
Yep. Definitely something like that. All right. So we all know, don't become like this, what are these like Instagram comedians. You can't put it out there for us like that. Like, you have to work with FilmGate. We'll like put you in something. Like, I'm very happy to hear that that's like where you want this to go. And do you have any other projects on your mind? Do you have a part 2 to this? Do you have like a prequel to this, maybe? I don't know, something that leads up to this.
I brainstorm often, and I have some scripts written, but I feel like I don't have a definite like good one. Yeah. But yeah, soon.
Soon. I think everyone on this call is very excited to see what you come up with next. You have a really good command of this story, and I think it's like everyone has said before, it's really refreshing. By all means, Angelica.
Angelica?
Hello. I had a question for you. I'd love to know what's your creative process when how do you go from like idea to I want to put this into a script? I'd love to know how you go about that.
Oh, most times it's really random. Like I could just be doing absolutely anything, looking at whatever object, and I'll have an idea on it. But when I do, I'll probably just write like plot points down, or maybe an idea I want to get across, or because I'm not necessarily someone that leans to only one kind of film. I guess like I can make a stylistic film that relies only on visual and color, or a film that wants to get across a message. So that's what I consider first, like what kind of film is this going to be, and then afterwards, I just write whatever comes to my mind.
That's awesome. Thank you for sharing.
And thank you. Let me see here. I think
Brad,
potentially.
Also, well, Marcos, this script is so. So, is there any intention to really? I mean, Peter has offered, and Dorothea, is there really an intention to produce this? Yes. So, being that the case, Brittany, Angelica, as experienced filmmakers that have been in multiple film festivals and know a bit the grind, and how much work it is to like create it. What would be the most biggest advice to give them how to make? Right now it's a 4-page script. How much what advice would you guys give him to be able to make it a fact, make it a reality?
I think the in-between processes are the hardest for me personally. Like, how do you go from, okay, now it's like from having an idea to writing a script. There's like A to B. That's always like, okay, once you get there, and like, okay, now I have a script. Now how do I go about this? So I think it's just kind of finding that, especially like being, freelance filmmaker and you're working on your own schedule. It's hard to get distracted and put things aside. But if you really have a vision and you're really dedicated to it, I think organization is the best, is very helpful, and dedicating at least like an hour a day to like, this is what I'm going to do. Just organizing kind of, because you're basically your own boss. No one's telling you what to do. So you have to be the one telling yourself what to do. So I think finding that balance between being able to do that and bring that vision to life, that's one piece of advice I have for you for now. I'll let you know if anything else comes to mind.
Before I give you advice, so I know what to say, have you made anything before?
With FilmGate, I went to their summer boot camp, and so technically I produced 2 films with them. But it was more part of the boot camp, so it wasn't really something that was independent. So I don't know if that counts or not, but then I'd say yes, I've made something.
Okay, so so this is a pretty easy 4 pages. I feel like you could produce this yourself, but But basically, the first thing I do when I have a script is I'll make like a pitch deck and kind of put visuals together that portray the feeling of what I'm going for, and I'll send it out with the script to whoever I feel like I want to work with on it. I first have to find my team that's going to work on the project before doing anything else or even getting into pre-production. So I find I hit up like any producers I know that, and I send them the stuff like, oh, what do you think about this and stuff. Again, I feel like you could produce this yourself because it's pretty straightforward, but you definitely would need like camera people or sound and like maybe like depending on how, if you're going to kind of like guerrilla style this yourself and like go out and shoot it yourself and you have a camera and you have equipment and stuff like that's totally cool, and a lot of people, that's how a lot of people make their first films. But if not, then you look for like just like collecting funds to make your project and stuff like that. You know, crowdfunding, going GoFundMe, or like if you have like a parent or like other people who want to like, you know, get behind it as an executive producer and like put in some money just to pay your crew or whatever. If you have friends that, you know, I just don't know like at what level you want to make this at. But I'm sure there's a lot of people in Miami that would be down to help you out on this. I'm in LA. Otherwise I would help you. But yeah, just making sure that location scouting, finding your locations. Like I'm looking at all these, like the montage scenes is, you know, you have to find a movie theater, you have to find the bakery, you have to talk to those people at the movie theater and the bakery. You have to say like, hey, can I film here? I'm 13, I'm making a film. Usually they'll say yes, because you're 13 and they want to help you. Yeah, so once you find your location and you go into pre-production, you figure out like everything else from there. I mean, literally, if you have if you need any help at all, I can help you. So literally find me on Instagram or let me give you my email or something like that, and I'll help you with whatever you need.
Thank you. That was really helpful.
Alrighty, cool. Marcos, is there anything that you would like to ask before we close?
There's not necessarily any questions I have. Really, I just want to say thank you because, like, for a really long time, like I've loved film since like I was like 3 years old, since I watched Star Wars for the first time. So the fact that I can sit here and have a cold read with you guys, and that I have all these people to give me advice and just to help me on this process is something I'm really grateful for, and I never thought in a million years that I would get this opportunity. So thank you.
You keep going that way, man. You're gonna get many more.
Very nice. It's a very nice sentiment. It's funny that he says in a million years, yet he's 14. So it's a lovely sentiment. My first film also in the theater was Star Wars, so definitely relate to that. Alrighty. So don't worry, Marcos. I'll make sure that you get Brittany's contact, Peter, Arthea, and anybody else here that would like to keep in touch with your progress. As we've mentioned, we're here to assist. We're here to help, and it's awesome. It's awesome to hear someone so young, so passionate about something that we've been doing for a while now. Alexa, would you like to take it away?
Taking it. All right. Once again, this has been Why the Drama. We are here every 2 weeks connecting talent with projects about to be filmed in the region. If you have a scene that you'd like read and or part of the project that needs more help, submit it for the upcoming Why the Dramas at info@film-gate.org. Subject line WTD, Why the Drama. The next Why the Drama will be March 9th. The script is from Eddie Del Carmen called Bad Influence. We'll see if we can give some good influence over that session. So if you would like to participate as an actor, give me a break from being the narrator, or send us a script, feel free to join our Discord, and we will show you the QR code now on the screen. So anyway, here you can connect with others in the industry in Florida, in Miami, and members will have exclusive access to special groups in our Discord, for which you will have to go to our website, filmgate.miami. Click on membership and become a member. Become a member, do it. You will be really glad you did. And we also have another amazing opportunity. We opened an art gallery at 129 East Flagler in downtown Miami, and we are looking for volunteers. We are looking for people to help us. I come from the fine art world, so I'm probably going to be the person to help you out or introduce you and show you. So please email us. We are not desperately. No. We are looking for some volunteers. Email me. My name is Alexa@film-gate.org, or one of my favorites, Lucas at film-gate.org. Please let us know. And if you ever really just want to come by the gallery, let us know. Anyway, tomorrow on Eventive, we have our film festival. It's a great lineup and it's only $7. So yeah, it can be seen anywhere in the world, anywhere in the US, as long as you have internet. $7, credit card, sign in, do it, watch our films, watch our film festival. Oh, and just go to watch.eventive.org/FilmGateMiami/live. Yeah, that's it. Good night, everybody. Thank you.